Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Joe Biden manages to do it yet again. We all remember Joe Biden's infamous red backlit fascist speech, where he essentially declared half of the country domestic terrorists, enemies to the state and to the homeland. Well, we certainly remember how horrible it was, but even beyond that, we remember the impact, how it was perceived. It wasn't a good optics look for the supposed uniter-in-chief. Joe was going to bring the country back together again. But once elected, the only thing he delivered for the American people was more division, more demonization, and more hate. Well, now Joe Biden continues to build on that perception. I guess he's just embracing it. No longer running away, Joe Biden's just laughing in the camera. So what, Jack? What you gonna do, corn pop? We're arresting our political opponents because that's just the way that it is. Must be done to save democracy, Jack. Joe Biden is officially the bad guy in this clown world movie that we're currently living through. Joe Biden's the evil villain. He's not even hiding it anymore. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, guys, so Joe Biden's DOJ dog and the Soros dog managed to get a guilty verdict. It's been a real horrifying affair. For everybody watching, and what's been truly horrifying has been the politicization from the Biden camp during the moments wrapping up after this whole ordeal, and right as all of this is happening before our very eyes, this is the response from Biden.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign? We'd love to hear your thoughts, sir.
Should he be on the ballot, sir?
Little sly grin there from Biden as he's asked a question by Kelly O'Donnell.
An evil smirk. That's what it was. It almost felt like an I told you so moment. I told you we would stop him. I told you we would do our job. It's essentially the same feeling that I got from the Alvin Bragg press conference. It feels like a horribly corrupt victory lap. But all the while, Joe Biden's assuring you that there's nothing political about it. There's nothing to question. And if you do, well, you're a dangerous conspiracy theorist.
After careful deliberation, the jury reached a unanimous verdict. They found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts. Now he'll be given the opportunity, as he should, to appeal that decision just like everyone else has that opportunity. That's how the American system of justice works. And it's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict. Our justice system has endured for nearly 250 years, and it literally is the cornerstone of America, our justice system. The justice system should be respected, and we should never allow anyone to tear it down. It's as simple as that. That's America. That's who we are. And that's who we'll always be, God willing.
The same shtick every single time. The gaslighting effort. If you question the outcome, if you question the official narrative, then you're a crazy person who should be condemned. It's all so surreal and absurd. Yeah, nothing to question, a totally unbiased event that occurred there, no politics involved, even though we made a partisan spectacle outside with guest host Robert De Niro, even though we're celebrating this amazing achievement of saving democracy, nothing political about it, nothing political about the process. 12 Americans made that decision, the same process anybody else gets. Yeah, let's just completely omit the fact that Donald Trump is the most villainized man in the world of modern day politics. You guys have gone on and on and on convincing your voters that he's a criminal, a liar, an insurrectionist, a racist, he's Adolf Hitler, he's this, that, and the other. And then in a 90 to 95% Democrat district, they managed to get a guilty verdict on 34 counts, which was essentially the same misdemeanor, twisted and contorted 34 different times. Yeah, it was a totally normal process, the same as you see happening in the court system every day. No, it was anything but, and that's just scratching the surface of some of the issues here. I mean, we haven't even talked about the judge himself, his political donations, his family's involvement in the Democrat Party, Alvin Bragg, of course, hiring a Biden DOJ guy as his number 2 man in the whole process. Nothing to see here, just the same sort of legal happenings that happen every day. What an absolute farce. He thinks you're stupid, as if people aren't able to observe the obvious key facts. Obviously, it's not the same as a regular court case. It's highly political. It's unbelievable to think about. You're the crazy person for having some questions. What an absolute farce. And the hypocrisy of it all. I'm sure you noticed it earlier. Joe Biden in his speech pulled out the coveted left-wing talking point, quote, "No one is above the law." Give me a break. He's getting absolutely BTFO'd in the comments, except for your crackhead son, right? Unless you were an Epstein client, except you. What about the 8 million illegals that have invaded our country? Just the CIA, DEA, ATF, and FBI, and probably all other government agencies that are allergic to responsibility. But Joe's doubling down on the righteousness. There's also this little gem.
Conviction helps Trump in the election. Are you worried that this could happen to you someday? Somebody comes up with some charges and tries to bring you into court after your term?
Not at all. I didn't do anything wrong. The system still works.
And when Trump says you're just trying to bruise him, what do you say? Politically. He thinks you're pulling the strings behind the scenes, doing all this to help yourself.
I didn't know it was that powerful.
Yeah, Joe Biden didn't do anything wrong, no. Just used his crackhead son to enrich himself to the tune of probably hundreds of millions of dollars. Joe Biden, who stole classified documents illegally, but then Robert Hur decided not to charge him because he's an old, frail man with poor memory. Yeah, Joe Biden never did anything wrong. Just like this whole thing was an unbiased, non-political, legal case, they would have charged anybody. It didn't have to be Donald Trump, no. Totally impartial, total blind justice. Give me a freaking break. Joe Biden, frankly, is the evil villain that they pretended Donald Trump was. This is their evil plan coming to fruition. And you know, it's funny because I've called it an evil plan for quite some time now, but now we have the face that confirms it.
Prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign?
That's the face of this evil plan. The plan is to brand Donald Trump untouchable, toxic, stay away. But I think it's backfiring and backfiring fast. This is the face that has become toxic. This is the face that's causing people to have reactions like this.
I think it's a little ridiculous that in a city where you won't lock up a common criminal, you're going to put a guy who's running for president through all this all this crap where, you know, months before he's running for president, it just so happened to occur to you that maybe he committed some crimes. I didn't vote for him the past two elections, I'll be honest. And when I say I'm a supporter, I'm somebody who doesn't support every single thing he says or even does. But at this point, they got me to a place where I will pull the lever for this guy because, I mean, what they're doing to him is disgusting. And I think the person we have in office right now is incompetent.
They've taken it too far to where they've awakened independent minds like yourself.
Sure, I think this backfired on them completely because, I think they're kind of crapping their pants a little bit because this has made him more appealing to someone like me, and even people who I talk to on a daily basis who may not even like him as a person, but the idea of him being perhaps thrown in jail would be crazy. Like, what kind of country is this?
I think it's becoming clearer and clearer exactly what's going on, but of course, we'll just have to see exactly what the effects are. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.